I'm Sharon from Lovely Lux and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be looking at 3 of the best techniques to use to apply your Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. So as you can see, I am completely barefaced besides my eye makeup and my eyebrows. First I'm going to start out with my Kat Von D Lock-It Featherweight Primer. This is a great way to start off your foundation routine just because it seems to really work very well with this heavy foundation. It is very full coverage foundation. With this primer, it is water-based, it's very hydrating, and as the name describes, it is very weightless. It is a featherweight primer. I really do love these products. I'm just gonna pump some in my hand. You can see that there. And I do prefer to use my hands with this. Theoretically, I would take it over my eyelids as well. Because the Kat Von D foundation is such a high coverage foundation, it's quite a thick formula, I do prefer to use some kind of pore minimizer in between. I have quite large pores, which I am working on, but it settles in it sometimes, and I would prefer those to be less obvious. Next, I'm using POREfessional Pore Minimizer. You do not have to use a pore minimizer. This is just one that I prefer. You don't have to use a pore minimizer at all. And I actually did a in-depth review of the set that this product came in, and if you'd like to see that, I will link that video down below. Using Kat Von D's Lock-It foundation in the shade Light 46, I've used a decent amount of it, and I do prefer to keep this foundation for when I'm going to be out all day, when I really need my makeup to stay. I don't want it to budge. Maybe it's a little bit warmer weather outside. This is a really great long wearing foundation, and that's exactly the way that she designed it. The first technique for applying your Kat Von D Lock foundation is with a flat oval brush. Now this is not the largest that comes in the set, this is the second one down. I find that this is a lot easier to maneuver around my face. I'm just going to pump a little bit directly on the brush, because I found that if I was applying it on my hand and then using the brush, I was wasting a lot of product. So as you can see, I've just put a little bit on and we can start working this over our skin. So I just kind of drag it along my face very gently and sweep it under my eye area. I work in sections just because I do find that it can set sort of a little bit as I'm applying it. The great thing about pump style bottles is you can get a little bit out at a time and gradually build up the amount that you're getting out. Like, it gets right into those areas and it leaves it very full coverage. You get a lot of payoff without a lot of effort, and it looks very blended and very smooth. The second technique that I recommend for applying your Kat Von D Lock-It foundation is the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation brush. This is brush number 10. So this time I will pump it on my hand, just a tiny bit. As you can see there, I'm just going to take it on my brush. And this way, in fact, you could even apply it straight onto the brush as well. Okay, and start buffing that on. Now, I do find that even though these Kat Von D brushes are soft, it is not as soft on the skin as using the flat oval brush. This takes a little bit more work. I feel like you do have to put in more effort in blending the foundation in, and the other thing too that I do find is it soaks up the foundation as well. With this method, you're going to have to double it up, do it in layers, because you can see a little bit of my spots or a little bit of scarring that's left over showing through. But the great thing about applying it with this brush is you can really get into those little areas. So you can really get in underneath, not that I would normally have eyeliner on, but you can really get into those areas. The third technique that I recommend for applying your Kat Von D Lock-It foundation is a damp beauty blender, and this is by far my favorite way to apply this foundation. I'm just going to pump it straight onto the Beauty Blender. I prefer to use the pointy end of the Beauty Blender and just dab it on my skin. And I feel like this is definitely the best and my favorite and the quickest way for applying it. So you can see, just going over those areas I already did, just how full on the coverage is, and you can really get into those areas. I can really get into my under eye areas, really get in to the sides of the nose, because I know that some people, they have quite defined nostrils, and if you're like me, I have a couple of little pores in here which can be sort of harder to really get the product in, but because you're pressing that in, it's really pushing it into your skin. Let me just show you straight up on my forehead, because obviously there's no foundation on there yet, just so you can see just how well using a beauty blender, using this technique, will work. If I had nothing on except for my primer and my pore minimizer, you could just blend this out really, really quickly, just go all over everything and be done in like 2 minutes. The other thing too is, because the beauty blender is moist, you can use the moisture that's in the beauty blender to really sheer out the foundation. Especially like if I'm going to take it down my neckline, you can see that it's just a slightly different shade than my neck, just because I'm used to having a little bit of a tan, but at the moment I'm a little bit fairer. And so it's really easy to use this to just take it down the neck. I would never bounce a beauty blender on my neck, just because I don't want it to be as full coverage. I want it to be shearing out and transitioning into my skin. So that completes the tutorial on the 3 best ways to apply your Kat Von D Block It Foundation. If you have any comments or questions, please comment down below. If you have any suggestions for other makeup products that you would like to see the best techniques on how to apply them, please also comment down below. Don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. They're all Love Lady Luxe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can get a notification every time that I post a video. This was Love Lady Luxe, and I will see you next time. If you have any suggestions